that we will take the field.
Visitors to the reenactment are treated to authentic music of the era, and they get a glimpse of what life was like, living on the trail, cooking over open flames, carrying all necessary provisions with them.
Never mind, the camera's pointing right at you.
Throughout the day, the reenactors provide demonstrations and talk to visitors about the historical circumstances that brought the Texian rebels and the Mexican soldados together at this particular place on this particular date in April 1836.
Oh, this is the battle that actually forced the surrender, Santa Anna surrender, and forced him to sign over Texas to the Texas government that the people had elected. Up until that time, they had been fighting for the Constitution of 1824, the Mexican Constitution, up until March 2nd, when Texas declared independence as an independent state. Because of this, Santa Anna for years felt bitter over this conflict, and when Texas became a state, it led to the U.S.-Mexican War, which ended up with the U.S. acquiring New Mexico, parts of Colorado, Arizona, and California.
And General Cause, of course, had gotten there the morning of the battle, and he had 540, and Santa Anna had like 850 some odd men with him. So they had 1,300, 1,400 men at the time. Of course, they were expecting the others to come in.
The people kind of got behind Sam Houston, and he managed to scrape together enough people to catch the Mexicans off guard, and that's what it was, basically.
Sam Houston retreated till he got here. He retreated and never had a battle till he got here. And then he caught them while they were sleeping. Yeah. This was the first. This is, because he didn't have the manpower and the equipment to fight a battle with the main Mexican army. He just kept retreating until he could gather his forces.
It wasn't until he hooked up with Lafitte and got those two cannons off of him before he really had any firepower. The rest of it was just musketry, and the Mexicans are hauling, what, 6 batteries of 6-pounders with them.
So Lafitte is in the pirate?
Yes.
He was
slave trader.
Yeah, slave trader, among other things.
Pour that powder in, disengage the bullet, push them down, push the paper wad on top of it, draw the rammer out, put the thumb up there, hold the rammer halfway down, push it the rest of the way. The reason you want to do that ball must come down to here. If it lodges anywhere up here and that powder charge goes off, it runs into the back of that round up there, comes immediately back towards this breech plug, and it might send that breech plug right between your eyes, which took away from your ability to aim after that shot.
I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready, Lord. Ready to put on my long white robe. I'm ready to put on my long white robe.
We've only been encamped here for several days. We are trying to quell this ridiculous rebellion that the Texians are trying to make against their country, Mexico.
Well, why, sir, are you concerned with them, since there's just a few of them, and why are you trying to quell them? What have they done?
These individuals have given their pledge to Mexico. We have given them tax abatements. We have given them land grants. This country has given them benefits the likes of which most in my country never received, and this is how they repay their country. As always, I want peace, but if they don't quell this rebellion, if they don't put down their arms against their country and their flag, they will die today.
Santa Anna is frustrated with the American land pirates, as they're called, and they were given many chances to surrender. and they have ignored it. So they must pay the price.
Yes, we had a long march from San Antonio, and they are tired, but they are prepared for battle and prepared to die for their country.
On the morning of April 20th, the Mexican soldados began battle preparations, certain that this might be the day they could force Sam Houston into a fight. Less than a mile away, the Texians were likewise engaged. Settlers fleeing eastward ahead of Santa Anna's army in what was to become known as the Runaway Scrape arrived near the encampment, frightened, hungry, and tired of running.
Come on, Sammy, let's fight! Let's fight! We better get fight and indicate the camp!
Tensions ran high as the Texian soldiers became increasingly frustrated that Houston had not yet committed to fight. At noon, the Mexican army moved a cannon forward and fired. Captain Sherman led a cavalry charge in an attempt to capture the cannon, but was repelled by the Mexican defenders during the skirmish. Santa Anna ordered his men to remove the cannon and retreat to their camp 200 yards east, with the marsh and San Jacinto Bay to his back and right. The Texians also returned to camp, savoring their first taste of battle.
We have retired the cannon until we were given orders to fire again. So we have secured the cannon, and now we'll go have lunch.
Everybody's hungry, they're tired, they're sleepy. Right now he's just telling everybody to eat, take it easy, take a siesta, and that we'd do battle whenever it comes.
I'm fixing to figure I'm going to have to do some bullet pulling on some of our boys, but they needed somebody to patch them up and get them back in the fight, and General Sam said he wanted me to do it, and by God, we're here.
Well, half these men don't know how to cook. They had their wives at home cooking for them, so they need somebody to take care of them, make sure they get good, nutritious food as best as we can. You know, we are on the run. And
what's going to happen is, and General Sam has had an officers meeting scheduled. We will meet and discuss it. My belief is that rather than a dawn attack, he'll wait until evening.
It's very important to do recon and to spy so that you know what your enemy is capable of and what they are doing. It gets you ready and prepared. That may or may not be the day for it. For instance, the battle that's going to take place today, we know that Santa Anna's army is tired and that they've been up all night, and it's a good day for us to attack them.
And here we are, kind of been running around really the countryside, kind of letting Santa Anna chase me a mite, and I'm trying to find the right spot and the right time, and God be willing, this may be it.
On the clear, cool morning of April 21st, Houston sent a scout to reconnoiter Santa Anna's position. After learning that General